fine. Okay. We'll see you at 1. All right. We're fine. We're fine. About to see something good. Playing the football game, and back it up, so I was down behind him. He sat down.
The Hanston Elks are a Kansas high school football dynasty. They've been in the 8-man Division II state championship game 4 straight years. They've won 53 of their last 55 games. They've won 2 state championships and been runner-up twice. And if this senior class could continue the tradition, they could finish up their career with a record of 48-1. But the road continues here tonight. It's a Santa Fe Trail League matchup as the Hanston Elks go on the road to a brand new football field at South Gray in Montezuma to take on the Rebels. Good evening, everybody. Tom Nelson, glad to be with you tonight. And we have a great one on hand tonight. The South Gray Rebels are 3-2 on the season. Grant Salmons' squad has won 2 in a row, though, beating Buckland, as we heard here on the Game of the Week 2 weeks ago, 22-12, and beating Moscow last week, 48-0. The Hanston Elks 5-0 on the season. They just continue to roll along, blasting people. Rolla 54-6, Moscow 60-6, Ingalls 60-12, and last week at Stafford, a little bit of a moral victory for the opposition. Stafford took them into the third quarter, trailed only 28-6 at the end of the first quarter. The average score of a Hanston Elks game this season is 56-8, and none of them have been played to a conclusion. It's a Santa Fe Trail League matchup tonight. Looks like a good one. South Gray hosting the Hanston Elks. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to the 2 coaches, Jerry Slaton from Hanston and Grant Salmons from South Gray, as the Game of the Week continues after this on U96.3.
The South Gray Rebels joins us, and Coach, Game of the Week this week, Hanston comes to town. And, of course, you're very familiar with Hanston. You're from back that way. But, boy, Jerry Slaton, once again, as always, the beat goes on, has a great program up there.
Yeah, they're real comparable to what they were like last year. Pretty balanced. They can run, pass. And I'd say they're even quicker on defense this year than they were last year.
What will it take, and nobody's done it this year, nobody's come close, what will it take to hang in with them to at least take a game into the fourth quarter? I mean, well, when you're in practice all week, what do you tell your kids? What do you have to do defensively to keep them out of the end zone?
Defensively, you got to match up with them on the line of scrimmage. And if you can't control the line and they handle you, they're going to make yards. And then if you make mistakes, they're really going to turn it on you. I watched the Stafford tape, and that's what Stafford did. Stafford played tough and then started making turnovers and mistakes, and Hanston just turned it around and blew them out.
Yeah, one thing about that Stafford game, that score was going around press boxes around Southwest Kansas, 28-6 at the half, and people were thinking, what's wrong with Hanston? That was getting oohs and ahs. I mean, that tells you something about their program. They have a very high level of quality.
Did you ever hear?
They just reload, and Stafford did a good job of moving the ball and things. Their main kept it mixed up. Quarterback was running the ball some, and defensively they were playing tough. But once they fumbled a couple of punts and stuff, it was in trouble.
We saw you guys 2 weeks ago. You beat Buckland 22-12 in the Game of the Week. And it was a ball game where I was impressed with your defense. You held them to under 125 yards total offense. Really held down their tailback and their fullback. Defensively, though,
There's like 3 seconds left.
Are the injuries that you're suffering? I mean, those guys play both ways for the most part. Is it just becoming a long season injury-wise? That's going to make it tough to stop them defensively.
Yeah, we got some injuries that was pretty key. And so get somebody hurt, we have to move somebody and bring in somebody that's not as experienced or a younger kid. And that's hurting us. Against Buckland defensively, we moved a lot of people around that week, and those guys stepped up and played really tough.
Well, we talked about your freshman quarterback, Garrett Love, at that point, and now we find you tell me that he's broken his hand and he's out for the season.
Yeah, so we've had to move Hunter Ward, which is our 2-back, up to quarterback, and bring in a sophomore 2-back. So yeah, we're pretty banged up.
Will that provide you? Will that mean a different look for you offensively than we saw 2 weeks ago? I mean, Hunter rushed for 129 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Who will you line up behind him?
We got a sophomore kid named Courtney Nightingale who's going to play the 3-back, and we're going to take our 3-back and move to the 2-back. And Hunter's our next best passer, so that's why we moved him there. But he's also a running threat, moving from the 2-back to the quarterback position.
Is there an intimidation factor when you play a team like Hanston? Is that half the battle, is trying to get the kids focused on thinking that maybe they can win this ball game?
Yeah, that's a lot of it. You know, they kind of get that mental thing over sometimes, and it's a battle all week to get that off of you.
I was going to ask, it's not homecoming, is it?
No,
that's good.
Yeah. It's Parents' Night, though.
That's one thing about, you've had a chance to, you're from Hanston, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that you just like to take the philosophy that Jerry Slaton has instilled in that program and carry it down to South Gray like you've been trying to do for the past few years.
Yeah, we do a lot of the same things that they do, and a lot of stuff I learned from Jerry, we still do that, and we just got to get confidence in ourselves and get in the weight room, get stronger. Hopefully we can get there.
You bet. We appreciate the time, and Grant Salmon's the head coach of the South Gray Rebels. It's the game of the week. South Gray hosting the Hanston Elks on U96.3. Jerry Slaton, the head coach of the Hanston Elks, joins us. And, Coach, the game of the week, you take on South Gray going on the road. And I got to tell you something. I think this must mean that your program is pretty darn well respected. I'm sitting in a press box last Friday night, and the score comes out that at halftime you're on top of Stafford 28-6. And there's a collective ooh and ah in the press box because it's as close as any team's been to you all season. That's pretty impressive.
Well, yeah. We started off real slow last week. I think it was 6-6 in the first quarter.
So what's the team do to kind of, you ended up rolling in the ball game, putting up your customary 50 points or whatever. What does a team, and keep in mind the Grant Salmons will not hear this because this will not run, well, he might hear this. I don't know. What does it take to beat you guys? What does somebody have to do to beat the Hanston Elks?
Oh, show up.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't look at it that way, of course. We take a lot of time in preparation, working on techniques and making sure things are done just exactly we want them done. And sometimes it don't work that way in the beginning of the game like it did the other night. We came out real flat because we played so high against Ingles.
Yeah.
And then when I knew it was going to be a slow start.
How do you feel if you had to grade yourself out the first 5 weeks of the season? I mean, you're still number one in the state. You haven't been touched. I mean, what are the goals every week for your team? Do you guys have to come up with some artificial goals away from winning the football game to keep the kids interested, or is that a factor?
We've got a lot of things to work on. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I think we're sitting at a 7 or 8. We need to polish things out and get our offense a little more pristine. Our defense looks good at times, but we still have holes in it. You know, there's things that people can attack us if we weren't careful. And it's coming around real well. But what I'm looking for is just not so many mental mistakes or a penalty. It seemed like we had a lot of penalties the last 2 weeks.
Take a 30-second break.
Is it a situation where, as the younger kids come up in the program, you just try to get them to kind of follow the tradition? You get a lot of upper-class leadership on some of those younger kids to kind of get them to follow the tradition year after year?
Yeah, I think the main event for the boys here is sports, and they're all excited. Even they're in our 6th grade, they're excited about playing football. They like to play, and they like to win, and they're ready to step up when their time comes to fill the roles of those juniors and seniors that moved on. I don't know, the leadership seems to take care of itself. Somebody always steps up and wants to take command.
As we head to the second half of the season here, as basically we're past the halfway point now, we get to the most important point of the season as you begin to get into district play next week. Do you feel that this team is peaking at the right time as you head toward district play and possibly the playoffs?
Well, I think so. I think we're coming around. We looked real good in practice this week. However, we did lose a kid for this week. Just a minor injury, but he hurt his knee yesterday, or day before yesterday. So it was an end and a linebacker, which is not a good place to be losing somebody.
Exactly.
We need to have him back, but he'll be back next week. But yes, we need to start peaking right now. I think we probably did the last 2 weeks.
Tell me what your take on South Gray is. I know that Grant Salmons will tell you that he'd love to do exactly what you're doing in Hanston. What's your take on the South Gray Rebels?
Well, I know they're in a rebuilding stage right now. They got a young team. They've got a good quarterback. quarterback, and they got a good skill running back. They have some skilled people, and they have a good tradition in their own right by being very competitive. So he's a force to be reckoned with. So we have to really watch out for him. Obviously, he knows a lot about our program. He was raised here, so we have to be careful on our audibles because he knows exactly what our plays are.
When you focus on important games during the season, is South Gray, is it any kind of rivalry game because Coach Salmons is down there?
No, I think there's a nice an atmosphere of family. After all, his son will be playing tomorrow night, which is my grandson.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and,
okay.
So that's kind of unique. But no, it's a family. We care a lot about each other, but when we get ready to play,
we look forward to it. Love seeing the Hanston Elks, and appreciate you join us in the show, and good luck against the South Gray Rebels.
Well, thank you a lot.
Jerry Slaton, he's the head coach of the Hanston Elks. We'll take a break. Be back after this on U96.3.
Kansas High School Game of the Week, and we're in the Santa Fe Trail League as the Hanston Elks, ranked number 1 in the state in 8-man Division II, the defending state champions, are on the road to take on the South Gray Rebels. Just about ready for the kickoff of this one. Tom Nelson, glad to be with you all night long. Stick around, we'll have scores for you throughout the evening, and of course our post-game show bringing you all of the high school football scores from not only Southwest Kansas but across the state. Just about ready for this one. The South Gray Rebels will have the ball first to start this ball game. Kicking off for the Hanston Elks is Cody Howe. He will be booting from left to right, and a pretty gusty breeze. I think it's a kind of a crosswind, kind of from the north. I have to check that out. Take a look at the flag. Flag is actually blowing to the south. The kick will go out of bounds. And the penalty flags fly on the near sideline. And there will be good field position for South Gray to start their opening drive of this ball game. And the officials will discuss it with Byron Schmidt down there. The South Gray Rebels wearing the dark uniforms, black, with blue numerals trimmed in white, and blue helmets. It'll be first down and 10 for the South Gray Rebels. They'll start this drive on their own 25-yard line. The quarterback is Hunter Ward, stepping in there for injured Garrett Love, who had replaced Josh Nelson when he was injured early in the season. So Hunter Ward at quarterback pitches right and trying to find room around the far side, nothing doing. The carry was Courtney Nightingale, and he'll be knocked for a loss on the play. Stop was made by Dan Burke. He'll lose one on the play. It'll be second down and 11. And the key for the South Gray Rebels is to try to keep the snowball from rolling and getting bigger and bigger. No team this season has been able to stop that when they've played the Hanston Elks. And we'll see if South Gray can get it done tonight. Split backs behind the quarterback, Hunter Ward, and he'll pass right back, looking across the middle. Pass is caught on the far side now, and the nice catch made by Byron Schmidt across the way. I'll move the chains, first down. 18. And the stop made by Levi Salmons, but a gain from the 24-yard line out to the 37 is a gain of 13 on the pass play from Hunter Ward to Byron Schmidt. First down and 10 for the South Gray Rebels with 11:14 remaining in the first quarter. I set now, and they'll give it to Courtney Nightingale, and he is lit up in the backfield for a loss. Leading the charge was Dan Burke.
Dan Burke with the loss of about 3 makes second and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play will bring up second down and 13. For South Gray, the ball back inside the 35-yard line at the 34. Just underway here in our high school game of the week from the Santa Fe Trail League. Second down and 13. Rolling to the near side as Hunter Ward wants to throw. Now tucks it up and runs it across the line of scrimmage and spins out near midfield. He'll gain about 5 or 6 yards on the play. 6 on the play. Just shy of midfield.
And Josh Holt, he had about 5 yards.
And a gain of 5 on the play will bring up third down and about 7. So 5 on the carry for Hunter Ward. He's rushed the ball for almost 300 yards this season. 60 carries for 282. That's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He scored 5 touchdowns. Third down and 7 from just shy of midfield. One back set. Two to the split wide to the right, and Hunter Ward wants to throw. Rolling right, throws back to the left, has a man. The ball is tipped and incomplete. Nice defensive play was made by Josh Holmes. It's incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down and 7 at midfield. So South Gray able to pick up 1 first down. And now they have a decision to make on 4th down and 7 from midfield, most likely. They will kick the football. Yes, they will. Back deep. To punt it away for South Gray is Victor Aguiar. He'll stand at his own 30-yard line. Back deep for the Hanston Elks is Adam Hahn. And a timeout called. With 10:01 remaining in the first quarter, we're scoreless. And we'll take a break. It's the game of the...
In Dodge City.
Aguiar, the kicker for the Rebels.
4th down, punt time. Victor Aguiar will punt. It's a very good punt, and it will go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line at the 13. Nice punt by Victor Aguiar. It's a punt of, well, 27. Let's see here, about 27 yards, but a very good directional kick. And the Hanston Elks will go on the offensive for the first time tonight. The quarterback is Levi Salmons. He's thrown for 396 yards. He's rushed for 590 yards. Flanked behind him are Adam Hand and Paul Gilliland. And on first down, there was, I believe, a fumble on the play. It was covered by the Elks. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. The line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line. With 9.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Josh Holmes will line up in the backfield now with Adam Hand, and on 2nd down and 10, the carry by Levi Salmons, who'll get first down yardage across the 20, out near the 25-yard line. Boy, Levi Salmons just found a seam off left tackle and darted for the first down. He was stopped by Hunter Ward, but moved the chains, first down, a gain of 11.
I'm going to tell if he asks me what happened, I'll tell him that.
First down and 10 for the Hanston Elks, a one-back set. Salmons behind him is Hand, and Hand carries it right up the middle, has running room. He is gone. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Hanston, just like that. 55 yards. A 55-yard touchdown run by Adam Hand. And I think he may have been touched once. You know, if I could give that guy credit, I would, but that was about it. You'd think it might be fair if teams could play two-handed touch against Hanston. They'll go for 2 here, and the carry by Hand, and he bursts into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Just like that, 8:51 remaining first quarter. It is the Elks 8, the Rebels nothing. The game of the week continues after this on U96. Run by Adam Hand. It was on the 3rd play of the drive, actually the 4th play of the drive, and the 2-point conversion run by Hand makes it 8-0 Hanston. With 8:51 remaining. They just exploded. They were one big play. When you look at Adam Hand, he averages 8 yards a carry. He helped his average that time. The short kick is taken by an up man that is Nick Hargett. And Hargett will bring it across the 20-yard line out to the 24. Stop was made by Ross Bauer. Andy Thayer in there too. And South Gray will start this drive on their 24-yard line, 1st down and 10. They moved the ball to midfield their first drive before they punted it away. 1st down and 10 from their 24 with 8:46 remaining first quarter. The Rebels trail the Elks 8-0. One back set, 2 wide out to the right side. Hunter Ward wants to throw. Looking across the middle, has a man. It's incomplete. He was intending the pass for Byron Schmidt. On the coverage was Adam Hand. It's incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
The game of the week next week, a little bit larger venue. We go to Memorial Stadium. It's the Hatchet game between Dodge City and Garden City from the Western Athletic Conference. But tonight, happy to be in Montezuma for Santa Fe Trail League football action. Hunter Ward back to pass, throws it out across the middle, incomplete. He dumped it out there, intending the pass for, I think that's Courtney Nightingale, and he was not expecting the pass, and it was incomplete, almost intercepted. And now it's 3rd down and 10. And I think this is why games with Hanston can get out of hand early. Teams get behind, they have to throw the football, that stops the clock, and Hanston scores so quickly. They need to convert right here. 3rd down and 10 from the 24. Hunter Ward back to pass. Rolling to his left, has a man. The pass is incomplete. Almost a spectacular catch made across the way by Gabe Applegate. But it was broken up by Josh Holmes. It's incomplete. 4th down and 10.
4th down.
And Hunter Ward, after completing his first pass for 13 yards to Byron Schmidt, has gone 0 for his last 4. It's 4th down and 10 with 8:31 remaining. And Victor Aguiar will step back inside his 15 to punt, and a flag will fly across the way. And I think somebody lined up offsides. They'll move it back, move it up 5 yards. It's a penalty against Hanston. Makes it 4th and 5. Our first penalty of the night, actually our second penalty after the opening kickoff. 4th and 5. Here comes the rush, and that was an interesting play. The flags flew. The ball was snapped back to the punter, and a Hanston Elk was about ready to pounce on top of him. This time illegal procedure against South Gray will move them back 5. It's back to 4th and 10. If you're just joining us, 8:30 remaining in the first quarter. It's 8-0 Hanston, and the Elks are about to get the ball back. Snap is back. Aguiar will punt it away. It's high and short, and will bounce the 35-yard line and out of bounds. It'll bounce at the Hanston 35, and that is where the Elks will start their second drive of this ball game. 2 South Gray possessions, 2 punts, and now Hanston will take over near midfield already at their own 35-yard line, leading 8-0. Levi Salmons brings them up. Split backs behind him, Gilliland and Adam Hand. And he wants to throw. Play action. Has a man across the middle. Adam Hand by himself. 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown.
And the touchdown.
45-yard touchdown pass. Levi Salmons to Adam Hand.
5 yards, Levi Salmons to Adam Hand, touchdown.
8:12 remaining in the first quarter. It's 14-0. And I don't know if I can describe how easy they have scored those last 2 touchdowns. First down, or actually go for 2 again. I set. Pitch to the near side. Around the corner is Josh Holmes. He'll be short of the end zone. So wave off the 2-point conversion. 8:12 remaining. Here comes a break. The score, Hanston 14, South Gray nothing. The game of the week continues on U96.3.
South Gray nothing, 8:12 remaining, first quarter.
Adam Hand, 45-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion run fails. It's 14-0. 8:12 remaining in the first quarter. Touchdown scored by Hanston. 39 seconds apart. And the bad thing about that for South Gray is they had a full possession during that time. Short kick will be taken by an up man, Nick Hargett, and he'll bring it to the near side and be run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And that is where South Gray will start this drive. They'll mark it at the 27. First down and 10. 17 yards total offense in the ball game so far for South Gray, and 111 yards offense for Hanston. 8:05 remaining first quarter. South Gray with the ball, trailing 14-0. Split backs behind the quarterback, Hunter Ward. He wants to throw. Rolling right now, has running room, 5 yards, and will be jacked about 7 yards down the field. He'll go down. Nice stop made by Josh Holmes, but a nice gain on first down by Hunter Ward, as he will gain 7. It'll be second down and 3. We talked about Hunter Ward. He's been the starting tailback for this team until this week as he was inserted at quarterback. As Garrett Love, the freshman, played a couple weeks ago against Buckland. He broke his hand. Josh Nelson has been injured all season. He's been back and forth. He is sitting out because of disciplinary action tonight. He will not play along with 3 other South Gray Rebels. 2nd down and 3 now from the 33-yard line. Back to pass is Hunter Ward, and he will be sacked back inside the 25-yard line at the 22. A loss of 10 will bring up 3rd down and 13. Clock rolling, 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Tom Nelson, glad to be with you. It's Game of the Week action here on U96.3. And it's 3rd down and 13. Shotgun set, slot to the right, wide out right side, and a single back. Back to pass, Hunter Ward rolling right, wide open, has a man, throws it back across the near side of the field. It is incomplete. The pass was intended on the near side for Gabe Applegate, and it will be 4th down and 13.
4th down.
What is that? Mommy and Dad have bought it for you.
4th down and 13, the line of scrimmage back at the 23-yard line. And Victor Aguiar will step back to punt for the 3rd time in this ball game. Actually, the 3rd time in the last 2.5 minutes. Snap is back, and he will punt it away. Darn good punt. Will be taken by Adam Hand at the 25-yard line, 30, 35, and out of bounds just across midfield. And Hanston will start this drive in South Gray territory at the 48-yard line.
At the Rebel 39-yard line.
So the field position game continues to get better and better for the Hanston Elks. They started drives on their own 13, their own 35, and now the South Gray 38-yard line. Salmons brings them up. Han and Gilliland behind him. A tight formation on 1st down and 10. Little hitter to Gilliland. Bounces left side, not much there, maybe a yard or so. Defensive stop made over across the way by Jeremy Tuxhorn. He'll gain a yard, and the play will bring up 2nd down and 9, a short yard. At the 47.5 or the 37.5 yard line. Salmon's up under center now on 3rd down and 9. Han and Holmes behind him, and the give to Holmes this time, bouncing near side, running room, 40 down to the 35-yard line before he is brought down by Hunter Ward, but not before he gains 13 yards.
13 yards on the play, 1st and 10, Hanston.
Josh Holmes has carried the ball sparingly this season, but he's averaging 11.5 yards a carry, and that 13-yard gain didn't hurt his average. That's his 15th carry for 174 yards this season. And it's 1st down and 10. Clock rolls with 5:37 remaining in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Hanston. Salmons will fake the give. Keeper bouncing off left side, running room. 20, 15, 10, 5. Taken down inside. Going to give him a touchdown. I thought he was down at the 1-yard line. I thought he was dragged down by Gabe Applegate, but they're going to say the ball crossed the plane to the goal line. It is a touchdown. It's 20-0 with 5:24 remaining in the first quarter. And the Hanston Elks will go for 2. How long was that run? 25. It was a 25-yard touchdown run by Levi Salmons. They'll go for 2. Han has it. Spins near the end zone. Will not get it. He's down. Let's take a break. 5:24 remaining first quarter. The score, Hanston 20, South Gray nothing. The game of the week continues right here on YouTube. Here, teeing it up at the 30-yard line is Cody Howe.
Good choice.
He's kicked it short to an up man all 3 times. This one deep, and will bounce inside the 10-yard line, taken at the 5. And here comes Cutter Moore down the far side of the field. Will get out near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 18. And South Gray will start this drive, 1st down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Their drive summary: drives have started at the 20, at the 25, the 24, the 27, and now the 18. At opening drive, they were able to generate a first down and get to near midfield. First down and 10 for South Gray from the 18-yard line. Pitch near side, and Byron Schmidt looks for running room, and he'll get across the 20 and out to the 23-yard line. So a nice gain of 5 yards right there brings up second down and 5.
He had 5 yards on the play, makes it 2nd and 5.
Ball advanced out to the 23-yard line. Two-back set behind the quarterback, Hunter Ward. A tight formation, and Ward will pitch it out. The ball fumbled. It's on the turf, and I think Hanston, well, Hunter Ward might have jumped on it. Hunter Ward got back on it. Back at the 17-yard line, so a loss of 6 on the play, 7-yard loss on the play. Will bring up third down and 12.
Third down and 12.
Third down and 12. Back at the 17. Ward back to pass. Pocket breaks down. Rolling right. Has a man. The pass is overshot. Incomplete. Flag back in the backfield. Thrown late in the play. Might have been a hold or something. We'll wait for the indication. Pass was overshot. And they will talk to the captains from Hanston, and I would imagine this penalty should be declined. If they decline it, it will be fourth down and 12, back at the 17-yard line.
Holding indicated against the
It is a hold, and it is declined.
Brings up fourth down.
Fourth down and 12 upcoming. We'd like to thank our sponsors. They include Westlink Communications, sponsoring our pregame show, Dodge City Dental Care in Dodge City, Doctors Johnston, Walters, and Hodges, Dodge City Community College. Fourth down and 12. Victor Aguiar will step back inside his 10-yard line. Snap is back. The kick is away. It's another nice punt, and Adam Hand will have no chance to return this. That's a beautiful punt.
30-yard line.
It will go out of bounds at the 31. And that is where Hanston will have the ball, first down and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Hanston has run 6 offensive plays. They've scored 3 touchdowns. First down and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Shotgun set. Levi Salmons has it, looking to throw, and he overshoots his man. Pass was intended for Josh Holmes, incomplete. Cutter Moore over there on the coverage. Cutter Moore on the coverage. It'll be second down and 10. Stopping the clock with 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. A beautiful Western Kansas night for football. The sun goes down beyond Montezuma, Kansas tonight. Second down and 10. Back to pass. Salmons throws out left flat. Pass is caught by Adam Hand, and he will advance it across the 35-yard line out to the 37 or so. A gain of 6 on the play. Up 7 on the play will bring up third down and 3. So a 7-yard pass completion from Levi Salmons to Adam Hand. And it was not a South Gray Rebel that brought Adam Hand down. He slipped on the field. Third down and 3. One back set. They'll give it. Nope. Salmons will keep it running room. On his feet across midfield inside the 30-yard line down to the 26. So a gain of 16 on the carry by Levi Salmons. Byron Schmidt on the stop. Also Hunter Ward. Move the chains, first down and 10 for the Hanston Elks at the South Gray 26-yard line. And they'll go from the shotgun formation. They'll split wideouts left and right. Salmons looking left, pump fake, steps up, has a man, passes, caught, touchdown. 26-yard touchdown pass. The catch is made by Josh Holmes. That will make it 26-0 with 2:49 remaining in the first quarter.
2:49 left in the first. Point after 10 coming up.
26-yard touchdown pass from Levi Salmons to Josh Holmes. And they will go for 2. Salmons brings him up, a one-back set. Adam Hand behind him, wideouts left and right. Salmons, play action, wants to throw. Here comes the ref, throws it out, and the pass is caught by Philip Brose for 2 points. We'll take a break with 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Hanston 28, South Gray nothing. The break is coming right here on U96. Josh Holmes, the 2-point conversion pass from Salmons to Philip Brose.
Hunter Ward, Jake Hargett, Hunter Moore.
And that makes the score 28-0 deep into the first quarter here. Kick is left on the turf at the 5-yard line, and boy, I tell you what, it is not going to be a good start on this drive as Byron Schmidt is leveled back at the 6-yard line. Ross Bauer in there on the stop. Also Simeon Seiler. They tried to do a little reverse on the kickoff return, and the ball was dropped between them and picked up by Byron Schmidt. First down and 10 back at the 6. Rebels will fumble the football on first down. Hunter Ward couldn't come up with the snap, and Hanston says they have it, and they do.
Recovered by Hanston.
What did I say about that snowball?
First and goal at Big Creek.
It may be a warm western, or at least a semi-cool western Kansas night, but the snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The turnover, the loss of 3 on the play. And Hanston will start this drive on the South Gray 3-yard line. First and goal from the 3. Salmons calls his own number into the end zone. Touchdown. 3-yard run for Levi Salmons. 34-0 the score. And they'll go for 2.
Correct, that's 34-0, point after 10.
Levi Salmons will bring him up under center. One back set, Adam Hand is the one back, wide out to the right side. Tied into the right, and Salmons will carry it in untouched. Let's take a break. It's now 36-0 with 2:30 remaining in the first quarter. The game of the week continues right here on U96.3. Wow. Welcome back. 2:30 remaining first quarter. It is 36-0 Hanston. And they will kick it again. Low line drive kick taken by Byron Schmidt inside the 5-yard line, and he'll carry it out to the 20-yard line. And that is where South Gray will start this drive. You know, you can say what you want. You 11-man football aficionados can say what you want about the quality of 8-man football, but this Hanston team, they are unbelievably impressive. I mean, they are winning 36-0, but the way they are winning this ball game, they are hardly breaking a sweat. And the first down carry, a sack back to the 15-yard line. Hunter Ward was sacked back there. I think it was Paul Gilliland on the stop, a loss of 4 on the play. And nothing against South Gray. They're a fine football team. We saw them 2 weeks ago, but it just shows you how good that the Hanston Elks can be. Because they are beating a team that is a pretty good football team any other week. Second down and 14 back at the 16-yard line. A one-back set. Wideouts, 2 of them to the right side. Hunter Ward wants to throw. He'll tuck it up and run, and now he is corralled from behind, sacked again. And coming up on the backside, sack was made by Paul Gilliland, and he will lose loss of 2. And now it is back to 3rd and 16. back at the 13-yard line. And we saw it a year ago with the Hanston Elks. They did not have anybody approach them until the state championship game against Byrne. And I think a lot of it is just the intimidation factor. I think that the Hanston Elks get into the heads of everybody they play. 3rd down and 16. Hunter Ward back to pass, rolling right. Now he fumbles the football. And Hanston, I believe, has the football inside the 10-yard line back at the 8. Yes, they do.
62.
He eluded a couple, 3 tackles and gets inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line, stopped by Jeremy Tuxhorn. And that will probably be the final play of the first quarter. Yes, it will. Very impressive. 12 minutes down, and Hanston is on top by a score of 36-0. Or 36-0, as Hanston has exploded, and they're about to pop one in again. It's 3rd down and goal at the 3-yard line as we start the second quarter. Levi Salmons brings it up. Adam Hand, a single back behind him. Gilliland split wide to the left, option left, pitch it to Hand, in near the end zone. Second effort gets him in, touchdown, as he rolled over Daniel Byrne. 42-0, and they'll go for 2.
42-0 after 10 coming out.
And they will go for 2. 2-back set behind Salmons. And he wants to throw. Dumps it out to the right side. The pass is caught by Josh Holmes. 2-point conversion. 11:54 remaining in the first half. 44-0. Here comes a break. It's the game of the week on U96.3. That's what I wondered if you were on for this one too.
What do you call?
They lost them. A 3-yard touchdown run by Adam Hand. 2-point conversion pass from Salmons to Josh Holmes. And it is 44-0 with 11:54 remaining. Here comes another Hanston kick. And the ball dropped at the 25-yard line. And they'll mark it at the 26, and that is where South Gray will start their drive.
Along with Joey Crusher on the stop. We're also having 1st and 10 at their own 26.
So the South Gray Rebels have the ball 1st down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. And they just need to string something together. Anything. They've punted the ball 4 times. They've had 1 first down, and they fumbled inside their own 10-yard line on the last 2 drives. 1st down and 10 from the 26. I set. And a new quarterback will give the ball up the middle to Granson Salmons. Now, Courtney Nightingale was the carrier, and Granson Salmons is the quarterback. So, interesting story. Granson Salmons is Hanston coach Jerry Slaton's grandson. So, Granson is his grandson. He's getting some playing time at quarterback here. So now we have Salmons all over the field. Give to Courtney Nightingale, bouncing off right tackle, will gain about 3 or 4, but a flag will fly.
6.
Simeon Seiler on the stop, and indications show it's a penalty against Hanston. It's a face mask. They'll mark off 5, and it will be 2nd down and 4. Or 2nd down and 3.
Against Hanston makes it 2nd and 3.
So right here, South Gray needs to capitalize. They have a 2nd down and short situation. They need to move the chains here. Split backs behind the quarterback, Granson Salmons. Granson Salmons only a freshman. And pitch to the left side. Around the corner, Nightingale will get the 1st down and a couple yards more. He runs over a defender across the way.
2.
And the stop made over there by Andy Thayer. Josh Hubin on the stop too, but a gain of 4 on the play by Courtney Nightingale. Move the chains, 1st and 10 for South Gray at their own 37-yard line. Now we have an official timeout, and they'll crank it back into play here with 10:55 remaining in the first half. Clock rolling. It's 44-0, Hanston. Salmon's up under center, split backs behind him on 1st and 10. And they'll give the ball to the middle. Running room and big running room as Courtney Alexander could go, but he's caught from behind inside the 15-yard line down at the 13. Great speed by Zach Lee. Zach Lee, a junior, only 130 pounds, but he showed great pursuit speed and ran down Courtney Alexander from behind, or Courtney Nightingale from behind. What was the gain on that play?
Oh, gosh. 35 yards.
35-yard gain by Courtney Nightingale. It's 1st down and 10, and now he'll carry around the near side. He'll bounce down inside the 5-yard line. Actually, yeah, that was Courtney Nightingale, and he'll bounce inside the 5. So South Gray a chance here to dent the scoreboard. A gain out to the 5-yard, down to the 5-yard line is a gain of 7, brings up 2nd down and 3. 7-yard gain for Courtney Nightingale. And right now, you just want to see something good happen for the South Gray Rebels. And they have a chance to knock one in right here. Clock stopped with 10 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 44-0 Hanston. A lot of new faces on the Hanston defensive side of the ball. Salmons up under center. Granson Salmons for South Gray. He'll pitch it left. And Daniel Berg around the corner trying to find the end zone. He gets in. Daniel Berg carries it. 5 yards for the touchdown. Makes the score 44-6. And with 10:03 remaining in the first half, Hanston on the score, South Gray on the scoreboard, trailing 44-6. They'll go for 2. Granson Salmons, a 200-pound freshman, will step up under quarterback as they go for 2. And boy, Hanston blew up that play from the start, and South Gray actually lucky to gain a yard or 2 by Courtney Nightingale. And we'll take a break. 9:59 remaining in the first half. It's 44-6. Here comes a break. It's the game of the week on U96.3. Hey, was that long carry? That was a yard touchdown run by Daniel Berg. The 2-point conversion run by Berg fails, or Courtney Nightingale fails. And it is 44-6 with 9:59 remaining. But South Gray put together a very nice drive that started on their own 26-yard line and culminated in a touchdown. On the return, a running room out near the, across the 30-yard line out to the 32 by Zach Lee for Hanston. And the Hanston Elks will start this drive at the 33-yard line.
1st and 10 Elks.
We'll have college football for you tomorrow as the Dodge City Community College Conquistadors host Hutchinson in a huge Jayhawk Conference matchup. Dodge City fighting with Hutchinson for a home playoff berth in the Jayhawk Conference playoffs. We'll have that game for you tomorrow. And back to pass, a new quarterback throws an incomplete pass across midfield. Quarterback is Ben Wilkins, a freshman.
2nd down 10.
And it will be 2nd down and 10. A year ago up in Hanston led 45-0 right before halftime. It would have been the final play of the game, but South Gray scored in the final play of the first half to make it 45-6 going into the locker room. And now Zach Lee could be gone. 30, 20. Look at the acceleration, but he is pulled down from behind at the 10-yard line. Give Courtney Nightingale credit as he ran down Zach Lee. They'll mark it at the 11-yard line.
Courtney Nightingale on the top.
So the gain down to the 11-yard line.
Big gain for the Elks makes it 1st and 10 at the 11.
And on first down and 10 from the 11, the carry by the quarterback Wilkins, and he is brought down. Tackled by Wes Cash. A loss of 1 on the play brings up second down and 11 back at the 12. Conch football tomorrow. Pregame show starts at 6:45. The kickoff at 7. The Conchs versus the Hutchinson Blue Dragons. We'll have it for you, myself and Jason Putnam, from Memorial Stadium. Come on out and get some great college football action. If you haven't seen the Conchs, they've got the best quarterback and the best running back, not only probably in the country. Fumble, ball still loose on the field, and I believe the Elks fell on it. As Zach Lee could not hang on to it, and he will lose 2.
Third down and 12.
Then next week, our game of the week from Memorial Stadium in Dodge City. We've got the Hatchet game for you as Dodge City hosts Garden City in a Western Athletic Conference matchup. We do have a first quarter score at the end of 1. Jetmore over South Central, 16-0. That's at the end of the first quarter. Third down and 12 back at the 13-yard line. And Wilkins wants to throw. Looking left, has a man. The pass is tipped. Nice defensive play was made by Courtney Nightingale. It's incomplete. And pass intended for Zach Lee will bring up 4th down and 12. Back at the 14. And they will go for it. Ben Wilkins brings him up, wants to throw, now being rushed, and he will be sacked back at the 24-yard line. That was Cutter Moore on the stop. He will lose back to the 23, a 9-yard loss on the sack. And the Hanston Elk drive is stopped right there on downs.
24-yard line.
And South Gray will get the football back. First down and 10 from their own 23 with 8:04 remaining in the second quarter. It's 44-6 Hanston. And a timeout is called. We'll take a break as well.
First and 10 Rebels.
South Gray strung together one nice drive. They want to put 2 in a row together. Back to pass Granson Salmons. He will be sacked. Back inside the 20-yard line. Gilbert Thayer on the stop. And also in there was Seth Seiler.
On the play, third down now, and about
Loss of about 10 on the play. Third down and 15 or 16 here. Back inside the 20-yard line at the 17. Split backs behind the quarterback, Granson Salmons, and flags will fly before the snap. And it's a penalty against Hanston of the 5-yard variety.
5-yard penalty marked off against the Elks.
We'll make it third down and 11 or so. Out across the 20 at the 22. And split backs behind Granson Salmons. And flags will fly again as the Elks come across the line of scrimmage and make contact. Were they drawn or not? You'd think they were drawn because there are 4 or 5 of them went across, but no. It's offsides against the Elks, another 5 yards. And that's 10 yards that the Rebels have picked up on a couple of penalties. Now it's third down and 6. Granson Salmons up under center. Pitch left, ball fumbled loose on the field, picked up inside the 20-yard line of the 19.
Loss on the play. About 7 yards. Fourth down now at 13.
Berger or Nightingale? So Daniel Berg will be credited for a loss. About 6 on the play. 7. And it will be fourth down.
Who's kicking? Is that Victor? Yeah, I believe it's Victor Aguilar. Okay.
Victor Aguilar will kick it away. He's had some very good punts in this game. Snap is back and a flag will fly, and And this time it's a legal procedure against the South Gray Rebels. If you're not familiar with the high school football 8-man style, they have a 45-point mercy rule. Right now, this is a 38-point game, but the game cannot end before halftime. And a bad snap, and Aguiar is in trouble. Now he has running room. Can he get the first down? Nope, he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll gain about 10 yards in the play, but he will be knocked out of bounds. And Hanston will take over first down and 10. The line of scrimmage is the South Gray 27-yard line. Brett Wilkins will bring him up, and the handoff on first down is to Andy Thayer. Thayer with running room, 10-5 touchdown, 27-yard touchdown run, Andy Thayer. That'll make it 50-6.
Makes the score 50-6 point after 10 coming up.
So Andy Thayer is the 7th ball carrier to carry the ball for Hanston. He goes 27 for the touchdown. They'll go for 2. Wilkins, quarterback, hands it off to Zach Lee, and he will not get there. Let's take a break. 5:28 remaining in the first half. It is now Hanston 50, South Gray 6. The game of the week continues after this on U96. Half 100 on the South Gray Rebels. It's 50-6. A 44-point spread. And here comes the kick. Line drive by Cody Howe. And the return, nice running room across the 25-yard line. Out to the 29 by Daniel Berg. On the stop, Simeon Seiler. And it will be first down and 10 for South Gray at their own 29. We haven't seen Adam Hand, Paul Gilliland, Josh Holmes, Levi Salmons. They're watching this one, as they have been for the majority of the second quarter. First down carry, and stacked up for a loss is Daniel Berg. He will lose about 2 on the play, brings up second down and a long 12. Zach Lee in there on the stop. Second down and a long 12 back at the 26-yard line. Clock rolling under 5 minutes now, remaining in the first half. Split backs behind the quarterback. Pitch to the near side. Here comes Courtney Nightingale. Nightingale bumped out of bounds after he gains about 3 on the play. Just about back to the original line of scrimmage. And he was knocked out of bounds by Cody Howe, but not before he gains 2.
Gain of a couple, third down.
He was knocked out of bounds, so the clock stops with 4:44 remaining in the first half. It'll be third down and 10 at the South Gray 29-yard line. Salmon's up under center, split backs, tight formation, and they'll pitch it left. And now cutting back and nothing doing, a loss of 4 on the play. The carry by Daniel Berg. Cody Howe on the stop.
Along with Simeon Seiler.
Simeon Seiler in there as well, as loss of 4 on the play. 4th down and 13. And Victor Aguilar will step back to punt again. He's been very active tonight and punted pretty well, except, well, I guess he had a 10-yard run on his last play on 4th down and 20. And a bad snap. And he's in trouble again. The punt is blocked. And the punt was blocked by Joey Frusher and picked up by Seth Seiler.
Joey Frusher on the block.
And it will be first down and 10 for Hanston at the South Gray 24-yard line. It's been a tough week for South Gray. They're missing some of their best players. There's been some disciplinary action taken. They've had injuries. And this will be one they'll want to put behind him. First down carry by Andy Thayer. He'll get about 4 on the play. Brought down by Mac Bieber. And a gain of 4 on the play brings up second down and 6. 50-6, 3:37 remaining in the first half. Brett Wilkins brings him up. He'll hand it off to Zach Lee, running room. He's going to go for a touchdown. Touchdown, Hanston. Zach Lee from 26 yards out makes it 56-6. The average score of a Hanston game this season is 56-8. So I guess they're on their average. And if this is average, wow. They'll go for 2. Wilkins will give it off to Lee. And he will be brought down short of the goal line. We'll take a break with 3:18 remaining in the first half. It is 56-6, and we'll take a break. It's the game of the week on U96 after the 26-yard touchdown run by Zach Lee for Hanston. And another Elk kickoff is coming. You begin to look ahead. South Gray next week gets into district play as they take on Deerfield, and they're at Spearville and at home to finish the season against Jetmore. And the kick returned by David Schermerhorn, and he'll bring it out across the 20-yard line. He stopped by Joey Fresher to be first down and 10 for South Gray at the 22. Hanston plays Pawnee Heights on the road next week. Then they host Lewis in the season finale for them. They actually have an open date on their last week of the season. First down and 10 for South Gray. Pitch to the near side. Here comes Courtney Nightingale. Now cuts it back to the left, and he will spin and gain 5. Nice carry. Zach Lee on the stop, but a gain of 5 on first down. I was looking at the schedules, and when I was doing my homework today, I noticed that Ashland also had an off day on the last week of the season, and I thought, well, why couldn't Hanston and Ashland get it together? Well, heck, if you look at the playoff situation, they'll most likely play each other in the first round of the playoffs that next week. Question answered. Second down and 5 at the 27-yard line. Clock rolling, 2:35 remaining in the first half. It's all Elks. And the carry by Daniel Berg. Thrusher on the stop. And a gain of a couple brings up third down and 3. Third down and 3 at the 29-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, and if South Gray does not dent the scoreboard, this game will be over at halftime. And now a flag will fly, I believe, across the way that Simeon Seiler came across the line of scrimmage. That'll be a first down.
5-yard mark off against the
Third down and 3. A 5-yard penalty makes it first down and 10 across the 30-yard line out at the 34 for South Gray. They'll take it any way they can get it right now. And right now, I mean, their goal is to get in the end zone so they can come back and play in the second half. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. I set, and they give to the fullback right up the middle, Courtney Alexander, or Courtney Nightingale. He will gain a couple. Courtney Alexander was a very good college football player, college basketball player a few years ago. Might be playing in the NBA now. Gain of 1 on the play brings up second down and 9. Matter of fact, I think he played in the Jayhawk Conference at Hutchinson before going on to Virginia. Second down and 9 at the 36-yard line with 1:05 remaining. And the give to Daniel Berg, and he will get out to the 39. Seth Seidler in there on the stop.
Third down and about 6.
Also Joey Frusher. It'll be 3rd down and 6. So a gain of 3 on the play. 39 seconds remaining. Once again, this game will be over at halftime if it finishes like this on the scoreboard at 56-6. Back to pass. Salmons throws it up across the middle. The pass is tipped and intercepted by Zach Lee, and he has running room. He will go down at the South Gray 21-yard line. The pass intercepted. And as
West Cash along with
interesting as hard as it is to say, that will pretty much wrap up this ball game with 19 seconds remaining in the first half. We're not having good luck with our 8-man football games. We did the Jetmore-Ashland game 3 weeks ago. That game was over shortly after halftime. This one looks like it will be over at halftime. Wilkins up under center, right up the middle. They'll give the carry. Was it 54 or was it 6?
a couple on the play for the else.
I think the carry was that time by Joey Frusher, and that'll be the final play of the first half and the final play of the game. A 3-yard gain by Frusher. And just like that, it is over. The final score in this one, it ends at halftime. The #1 team in Class 8-man Division II showing me why there's no doubt why they are #1. 56-6 over South Gray. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back and wrap this one up. The game of the week, post-game show. Actually, let's say it's sponsored by Western Plains Medical Complex because they're supposed to sponsor the halftime show. We'll take a break and be back after this on U96.3.
Is there a case in there?
Final score once again, 56.
Here's your case.
Remind you next week is
Do what? Oh, thanks.
home game with Deerfield. Thank you everyone for coming out.
Well, what time we got? 4, 3. Oh, man. 3, yeah, 10, 12, 17, 18. Let's see, 5, 40, 44, 37, 35, 31, 34, 37, so 8. Okay, take your time. Yeah. God, they're good. 12, 2, minus 5, minus 8, minus 12, minus 14, minus 20. $73, 53, 43. 1 for 7 for 13. It's an INT. 56. 53 for 58. 1, 5, 8, 10, 14, 15, 59, 72, 82, 92, 102, 1. 3 of 4. 78.
Yeah, you do, don't you? 3 days. Enjoy your movie.
Looking for competition between the two Hodgman County schools tonight. Based on what you just told me, Eric, it sounds like at least Jetmore has to play a little bit of the second half. They lead 44-0 at the half over South Central. We are done. It's our post-game halftime show brought to you by Western Plains Regional Hospital. The final score, Hanston all over South Gray tonight by a score of 56-6. Of course, the 45-point mercy rule in 8-man football. And this was no contest. It started early. It started often for the Hanston Elks. Let's run back through the scoring for this one. South Gray had the ball to start the game. They were able to move the ball to midfield, got one first down before they had to punt it away. Hanston started their first drive of the ball game on their own 13-yard line. And just moments later, Adam Hand goes 55 yards over the left side. A 2-point conversion run by Hand makes it 8-0 at the 8:51 mark of the first quarter. South Gray gets the ball back, goes 3 and out, gives the ball back to Hanston after a punt, and Hanston starts their drive on their own 35-yard line. One play later, 45-yard touchdown pass, Levi Salmons to Adam Hand. The 2-point conversion run failed. 8:12 remaining in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Hanston. South Gray gets the ball. They go 3 and out. They punt it away. Excuse me. Hanston gets the football back on a drive that starts on their own on the South Gray 38-yard line, just across midfield. Levi Salmons caps the drive with a 25-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion run fails. At the 5:24 mark of the first quarter, it's 20-0. And then a couple of costly turnovers by South Gray. They fumble. I take that back. There was one more drive before that happened. South Gray punted the ball. They go 3 and out. Hanston gets the ball back on a drive that started, well, that was the one that started on their own 3-yard line. That was after a turnover inside the 10-yard line. Hanston had the short field, short to say the least, a drive that started on the 3, and on the first play, a 3-yard run by Levi Salmons. 2-point conversion run by Salmons is good. That made the score 36-0. Right before that, at the 2:49 mark, was a 26-yard touchdown pass from Levi Salmons to Josh Holmes. 2-point conversion pass was good. That made it 28, and then the Salmons 3-yard run made it 36-0. That was how we ended the first quarter, 36-0. On the very first play of the second quarter, after another South Gray turnover, Adam Hand carried it in from the 3-yard line. Salmons to Hand on the 2-point conversion pass made it 44-0 at the 11:54 mark of the second quarter. South Gray gets on the board. They were able to put together a very, very nice drive that started on their own 26-yard line and was capped by a 5-yard touchdown run by Berg. That is Daniel Berg. And the 2-point conversion run failed. That made it 44-6 at the 9:59 mark of the second quarter. Backups in there pretty much across the line for Hanston by this point. Andy Thayer gets a part of the scoring action, a 27-yard touchdown run at the 5:28 mark of the second quarter. The 2-point conversion run fails. That makes it 50-6 with 5:28 remaining in the first half. And then the final points of this ball game, the 3:18 mark of the second quarter. Zach Lee with a 26-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed. Your final score at halftime tonight, Hanston 56, South Gray 6. Hanston is now 6-0. They go on the road to take on Pawnee Heights next week in a district game, and then come home in the week after that to finish the regular season against Lewis. And they get like a week and a half off before starting the playoffs. They have an open week in week 9. Let's run through some numbers in this game. South Gray, 26 rushes for 43 yards. Leading the way, Daniel Berg, 8 carries for 37 yards. Courtney Nightingale, 6 carries for 18 yards. Victor Aguiar, 1 carry for 10. Byron Schmidt, 1 carry for 5. Hunter Ward, 8 carries for minus 20 yards. And Granson Salmons, 1 carry for minus 10. 26 carries for 43 yards. Through the air, Hunter Ward was 1 for 6 for 13 yards. Granson Salmons was 0 for 1 with an interception. 1 for 7 for 13 yards through the air. 56 total yards offense for South Gray in the ballgame. Hanston tonight, 15 carries, 217 yards. Tell you what, you break out the calculator. That's a pretty darn good average. 217 divided by 15. That is, that's about 15 yards a carry. Leading the way tonight, very balanced effort. A lot of guys got to carry the football. Levi Salmons, 4 carries for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adam Hand, 3 carries for 58 yards and 1 touchdown. Paul Gilliland, 1 carry for 1 yard. Josh Holmes, 1 carry for 13. Zach Lee, 3 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. And Andy Thayer, 2 carries for 31 yards. Brett Wilkins had a carry for -10. He was 0 for 2 passing. Levi Salmons, 3 for 4 passing for 78 yards. So, 217 on the ground, 78 through the air, and 295 total yards for the Hanston Elks, and they win this one going away at halftime, 56-6. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. It's the game of the week, Hanston a winner, right here on U96.3.